Hey friend, welcome to F3. I'm Blazer, and today I am going to show you how to make apple cider. This is an easy process. So easy, I have two more things that I'm going to show you that can be done with your apple cider once you're done. First is a syrup that I think you'll really enjoy with your pancakes or waffles. And second, a hearty beef roast. Yes friend, a beef roast. That'll be great for cooler weather. We can't get into any of that without making our cider first, so let's just get into it. For our cider, let's start with the star of the show, our apples. If you're picking up your apples from the store like I am, I recommend at least one full bag, or about 4 pounds. The variety of apple is totally up to you. As for us, I went with Fuji apples. Feel free to mix and match your varieties of apples to suit your taste. It's your kitchen, your call. To save time, I went with an apple corer. If you don't have one, they're inexpensive and a nice addition to your kitchen tools. I'll leave a link in the description below. Using that link will help us bring more food and fun to you, and we would greatly appreciate it in advance. At this point, add the apples to your large pot and begin filling with water. I recommend filling the pot about halfway. Of course, you'll also need spices and flavorings: cinnamon sticks, brown sugar, cloves, allspice, nutmeg, apple cider vinegar, half a lemon, and 1/2 orange are what I'll be using today. The amounts are in the description below. Typically with drinks and dishes that are attached to the seasons or holidays, there are plenty of memories with friends and family attached, and I'd love to hear about your happiest moments while sharing them with those you love in the comments. Even if it isn't apple cider, I look forward to reading them. After you stir the pot to make sure it's all well combined, place your heat on high and bring the cider to a boil. Cover your pot and leave it like this for an hour. It's okay to check on it from time to time, but not too much. Have confidence in your skills and remember, you got this, friend. At the hour mark, take out your citrus and cinnamon bark, mash the apples and reduce the heat to a simmer, and cook for another 2 hours, also with the cover on. At the end of those 2 hours, it's time to strain. It's our recommendation that you allow the cider to cool before doing this, as it carries a risk of burns from steam or immersion were the liquid to spill onto you. Safety is paramount, and you can't enjoy your cider if you're too busy doing first aid. Please be safe. Next are a pair of strainers. The first will remove the large pieces left behind. This is what you'll want to do to extract the most liquid. Gently pressing down on these apples will maximize the amount you have to drink. Next is straining with a fine mesh strainer. This will get the smaller particles left behind by the apples and citrus fruits. Important if you're not a orange juice with pulp kind of person. Once you have this complete, reheat, sweeten it to taste, and enjoy your apple cider. Perhaps you might get a little bored with just apple cider and want to be rid of it. I don't think you should just toss it out though. There's a couple of things you could do that you might enjoy, whether it's breakfast or dinner. First is a nice apple cider syrup that you can enjoy on your pancakes. If you're a pancake or waffle lover, I think you'll love this departure from the regular maple syrup. Next is an apple cider gravy that could be lovely over a nice roast. We'll start with the syrup. For this, you'll need sugar, cornstarch, cold apple cider, and yes friend, it must be cold, ground cinnamon, and nutmeg. Just a reminder, amounts are all in the description. Mix together your apple cider and cornstarch vigorously. If your apple cider isn't cold, your cornstarch will bind together into clumps and you'll have a situation on your hands. Trust me, waiting until it's cold is the best way forward. In a pan on high heat, add your sugar and immediately add your cornstarch cider mixture. Make sure it's well mixed if it's been resting for a bit before you got started. Now you'll see it all begin to boil, and that's fine. Keep stirring. It'll help keep the mixture from sticking to the pan. You might see it thicken a bit and not progress beyond that point. This is also fine. The syrup will thicken as it cools, and to demonstrate to you how immediately using the syrup may not work out so well, here's a shot of the hot syrup being poured onto some pancakes. And here's our completely cool syrup right here. Pretty big difference, right? Before you transfer the syrup to a container, add your cinnamon and nutmeg and allow it to cool. Once you're there, enjoy your syrup. On to the gravy. No point in showing you this without a roast to use it on, and a roast deserves veggies. So let's get to work. With the assistance of our little sous chef, I peeled the carrots and cut them into oblique cuts, and cut the potatoes down, taking care to avoid pieces that are too small along the way. Those were tossed in olive oil, salt, and pepper. Of course, the veggies you choose to use are entirely up to you. Again, friend, your kitchen, your call. I seared the roast and placed it on a bed of our veggies, in a roasting pan of course, and placed it in a 350-degree oven. As for me, I went for a medium well roast, which took about an hour and 45 minutes. Yours may vary depending upon a variety of factors, such as your oven or the desired doneness. However you choose to cook your roast, just make sure you do so safely. Here's a chart of safe internal cooking temperatures to refer to. Feel free to pause for taking notes. I also added a cup of beef broth to the bottom of the pan to help the veggies cook through, avoid the smaller pieces from burning, and just push along the creation of our jus for our gravy by just a bit. Once the roast is done and cool enough to handle safely, drain your jus into a container and add your apple cider and just set it aside. For our gravy, I've got a Burgundy to start and avoid any trouble with balancing a proper roux. For more on that, I explain how to make a proper Burgundy in the Alfredo 3 Ways video. A link will be in the description. Now, once you've got the Burgundy cooked, slowly begin to add your jus cider mixture and allow to thicken before adding more of the mixture. Once you've added your mixture completely, allow it to thicken until it coats the back of a spoon, referred to in the culinary field as nappe. Remove it from the heat and you're ready to go. I just so happened to finish this just in time for dinner while shooting and didn't do anything special to the roast because I wanted to focus on the gravy, but my family really enjoyed the meal anyway. I think I might revisit this sooner rather than later, and I'd like to get your thoughts on that in the comments. Let me know if you'd like to see a roast that is more geared towards complementing or even contrasting the gravy. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking this video and subscribing. There's more to come and I'd love to share it with you. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, food can be fun, but it's even better with friends. I'll see you in the next video.